Title: To Food by Accidentally Sending an Intimate Photo to My Boss, Part 1. Hey Reddit. I'm typing this with shaking hands, a pit in my stomach, and the distinct taste of regret in my mouth. I debated even posting this, but honestly, if I don't laugh or cry about it somewhere, I might just explode. So here goes. Let me preface this by saying I'm not the kind of person who sends nudes on the regular. I'm not a prude or anything. I've just always been too paranoid. My worst nightmare has always been accidentally sending a spicy pic to, I don't know, my mom or my boss. Spoiler, I did exactly that. This happened last Thursday. The day started out like any other. Woke up late. Hit snooze too many times. Spilled coffee on my only clean pair of khakis. All standard procedure for me. I work as a junior project manager at a medium-sized tech company. Think startups trying really hard to be cool. We have a ping-pong table, exposed brick, beer Fridays, the works. My boss, let's call him Derek, is in his late 30s, one of those annoyingly chill guys who wears all birds, says, rad, unironically, and somehow always smells like sandalwood incompetence. He's actually a great manager, which is part of what made the whole thing worse. Anyway, at around noon, I got a text from my boyfriend, Kyle. We've been dating for 8 months. Things were heating up, pun definitely intended, and we've been dabbling in long-distance sexting since he left on a work trip to Chicago. He sent me a mirror pic. Just a shirtless gym selfie, but let's just say it came with a suggestive caption. I blushed like a 16-year-old. And then I thought, you know what? YOLO! Mistake number 1. I snapped a quick pic of myself in the mirror. Nothing too crazy, just me in some lacy black underwear, the lighting flattering, the expression, well, it was definitely suggestive. Just cheeky enough to get his attention without going full NSFW. Took me 2 takes to get the right angle. Mistake number 2, I didn't double-check the recipient. Here's the thing. I'd just gotten off a Slack convo with Derek about a client pitch. He'd sent me his number earlier that morning so I could forward a PDF. That meant his number was now at the top of my iMessage thread list. So when I hit share and clicked on the first name that popped up. Yeah. 2 seconds later, I realized something was wrong. Kyle's messages were on WhatsApp. This was iMessage. Cue the record scratch. I froze. My brain short-circuited. I stared at the screen like it had just punched me in the face. And there it was. Blue bubble. Sent. No unsend option. Just me, in my underwear, staring into the void. And then, the 3 dots appeared. Derek was typing. My whole soul left my body. I panicked. I did what any reasonable person would do. I threw my phone across the room. Not metaphorically. I literally yeeted it onto my bed like it was a cursed object. Of course, that solved absolutely nothing. I ran and grabbed the phone. No new messages. Dots had disappeared. I started pacing, sweating, considering faking my own death, wondering if there were still openings at that goat farm in New Zealand I saw on TikTok. And then, ding. Hey, I'm assuming this wasn't meant for me? There it was. My tombstone might as well have read, died of secondhand embarrassment. RIP. I didn't know how to respond. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. Delete, type, delete. Eventually, I went with, oh my God, Derek, I am so sorry. That was 100% not for you. I am mortified. Please delete that. I am so sorry. All in caps. Because clearly, yelling was going to help. He didn't reply for a minute. I imagined HR bursting through my door. My laptop exploding. My career spontaneously combusting. Then he responded. It's okay. Honest mistake. Deleted? No worries. No worries. What do you mean no worries, Derek? This is a major worry. Anyway, I sat at my desk in a full-body cringe coma for the next 5 hours. Every Slack message I got made me flinch like a squirrel on espresso. But that's not even the worst part. Because the next morning, I got called into a quick one-on-one with Derek. I almost didn't show up. I thought about calling in sick, changing my name, fleeing the country. But I went. He was already in the conference room when I walked in. Door closed, laptop open, casual expression. "Hey," he said, looking up. "Grab a seat." I sat, probably looking like I was about to be executed. He leaned back. "So, about yesterday. Kill me. Kill me dead. I just want you to know, it's totally fine. No harm done. I've been in this industry long enough to know people make mistakes. It doesn't change how I see you or your work. Let's just forget about it, okay?" I nodded so hard I probably sprained my neck. "Yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry again." He smiled. "Honestly, it was tame compared to some of the client emails I get." I laughed, out of sheer terror. We moved on. Talked about the pitch. He was back to business. Calm. Chill. And for a second, I thought maybe I'd dodged a bullet. Until I got home. Kyle texted me. "Hey, was that pic for me?" I stared at the screen. And then, it hit me like a truck. I hadn't sent it to him either. There was no message. No image. Nothing. Which meant, if it didn't go to Kyle, then who else had I messaged that morning? I opened my messages. Scrolled up. Saw Derek's name. Already knew that. Then I scrolled down. Way down. And that's when I saw it. I'd forwarded the wrong photo to 2 people. Not 1. 2. The second one was Lisa, our HR manager. Title: Tofu by accidentally sending an intimate photo to my boss, Part 2. Hey again, Reddit. Back with the next installment of the slow-motion car crash that is my life right now. Quick recap for the newcomers or the emotionally repressed who blocked out Part 1. Last Thursday, I, a fairly average and unfortunately human junior project manager, accidentally sent a spicy mirror selfie. You know, the kind meant for your partner and definitely not your boss, to my actual manager, Derek. I meant to send it to my boyfriend, Kyle. Instead, I airmailed it directly to the man who signs my paychecks. Derek, to his eternal credit, handled it like a saint. Told me it was fine, deleted it, and offered a few vague yet supportive words. We even had a short one-on-one where he reassured me that it didn't affect his opinion of me and that mistakes happen. So naturally, I assumed that was the end of it. Until I got home, opened my messages to send the pic, properly this time, to Kyle, and realized I hadn't sent it to him either. Which meant, if it didn't go to Kyle, and it did go to Derek, who else had I sent it to that morning? Cue dread. Cue sweaty palms. Cue the worst game of scroll and pray of my life. That's when I saw her name. Lisa. Lisa, our HR manager. Lisa, queen of compliance. The human embodiment of LinkedIn. The same person who printed out laminated harassment-free workplace flyers and tacked them in the kitchen like motivational posters. Yeah, that Lisa. There it was. A message, timestamped, sent to her at 11:07 a.m., just minutes before the Derek incident. Same photo. No caption. Nothing to suggest it was a joke or a mistake. Just me, in black lace underwear, smirking in a mirror. I may or may not have audibly screamed into a throw pillow. I didn't sleep much that night. I kept hoping maybe she hadn't opened it. Or maybe she'd chalked it up to some weird iMessage glitch and deleted it without saying anything. But I knew better. Next morning, I walk into the office. Lisa is at her desk, sipping from her "Don't even talk to me until Q2" mug, typing something intense. She looks up. We make eye contact. She doesn't smile. She doesn't blink. She just nods once, like a general acknowledging a fallen soldier. I sit at my desk and try to act normal. Open Slack. Try to pretend I'm busy. Every sound makes me jump. I seriously consider setting off the fire alarm just to avoid whatever's coming. At 10:43 a.m., it comes. Email from Lisa Fernandez. Subject: 1:1 meeting, please confirm. My stomach turns inside out. Her message is polite, professional, terrifying. Hi, my name. Can we meet briefly in the HR conference room at 11:30 a.m. today? Let me know if that time works. Lisa. I reply. Yes, that works. See you then. Then I just sit for 45 agonizing minutes, thinking about how I'm going to explain this without sounding like either a pervert or a total idiot. Or both. 11:30. I walk into the HR conference room. Lisa's already there, of course. She greets me with a curt "Hi," gestures toward the chair, and flips open a sleek black notebook. I sit. She looks at me for a second, then says, I wanted to speak with you about something that was brought to my attention yesterday. I want to slide under the table and evaporate. I received a message from you that appears to have been sent in error. I nod. I know. I'm so sorry. It was completely accidental. I meant to send it to my boyfriend. I didn't realize, until way later, that I had messaged you. I'm mortified. She nods, writes something down. I understand that mistakes happen. However, because of the nature of the content, I do need to document this as a formal report. There is the HR guillotine. I don't believe there was any malicious intent, she continues, but it's important that we maintain a professional communication environment. I've documented the incident internally. It won't affect your standing unless there's another incident. I nod again, trying not to cry. Then she says, I've also flagged it with IT to confirm there were no account compromises or system breaches. This seems accidental, but they'll still do a routine check. Wait, IT? Now it's spreading? She hands me a printed copy of the company's digital communications policy. There are highlighted sections. I don't ask why. I already know. The meeting ends about 10 minutes later. She thanks me for being mature about it. I float back to my desk like a shamed balloon. Later that evening, I tell Kyle what happened. He, of course, thinks it's hilarious. Your boss and HR both got your sexy pic? That's basically a work performance review. Kyle, shut up. No, but seriously, were you wearing the black one with a little mesh? Shut up. That night, just when I think I might finally be moving on, I get a message from Derek. Hey, you got a sec to chat? I panic. What now? We hop on a quick call. He sounds casual. Just wanted to check in. Lisa said she talked to you. My stomach flips. Yeah, she did. I didn't say anything to her. Figured that was your story to tell. Thanks. I appreciate that. He pauses. I know this is awkward, but you're handling it well. Don't beat yourself up. These things happen. Okay. That helped. Still, something felt off. Too easy. Too smooth. Then I couldn't help myself. At around 10:30 p.m., I sent him one more message. Just to confirm, you deleted the photo, right? He responded almost instantly. Of course. I told you I did. No worries. Seriously. Thanks again. Anytime. Cool? That should have been the end of it. Except it wasn't. Because the next morning, I get to work. Go to my desk. There's something there. An envelope. No name. No handwriting. I open it. Inside? A printed copy of the photo. My photo. Folded. No note. No explanation. Just that image. Someone had saved it. Someone had printed it. And someone had put it on my desk. Which means, this wasn't over. Title: Tofu by accidentally sending an intimate photo to my boss, Part 3, Final. So, where were we? Oh right, standing at my desk, hard hammering in my chest, holding an unmarked envelope containing a printed copy of the lingerie selfie I had accidentally sent to my boss, an HR manager. I froze. I looked around. Everyone was working. No one was looking at me. No smirks. No knowing glances. Just keyboards clicking and screens glowing like this was just another day at the office. It was not just another day. Because someone had put this here. Someone had gone out of their way to print that photo. A photo I had already tried to mentally incinerate, and place it on my desk like a calling card. No note. No threat. Just silent, smirking proof that someone had kept it. I stuffed the photo back in the envelope and shoved it into my bag. My hands were shaking. My brain was doing that high-pitched TV static sound that only comes when you're in fight or flight or faint mode. I messaged Kyle. Me. Someone printed the photo and left it on my desk. Kyle. What? Me. No idea who. No note. Just the photo. Kyle. That's messed up. That's beyond messed up. You need to report it. Me. I think I'm gonna throw up. Kyle. You want me to come get you? Me. No. Not yet. I sat there for about 5 minutes, paralyzed. Then I made myself breathe. Okay. Think. Who had access to that photo? Only 2 people that I knew of, Derek and Lisa. Lisa swore it was reported and contained. Derek said he deleted it. So how the hell did this show up again? My brain started spiraling. Option 1, Derek lied. He didn't delete it. Maybe even saved it. Option 2, Lisa kept it, or IT flagged it, and someone there made a copy. Option 3, I sent it to someone else and haven't realized. Option 4, someone saw it on Lisa or Derek's screen and passed it around. None of those options were good. All of them made me feel sick. Around noon, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to Lisa. I didn't mention the envelope. Not yet. I said, "Hey, quick question. Did anyone else see the message I sent you last week?" She looked up. "No. I received it directly. I didn't share it. It was documented and closed. Not even IT? They were looped in just to confirm your account was secure. They didn't receive the image. They only checked metadata." Metadata? Okay. So unless she was lying, and she didn't seem like the type, it wasn't IT. Which meant, Derek? I went back to my desk. Saturday. Waited. And then messaged him. Me. "Hey, can we talk?" "Just for a sec." Derek. "Sure. Want to meet in my office?" Me. "Yeah." I walked there in a daze. His office was glass-walled and modern and clean. I stepped in and closed the door. "Everything okay?" he asked. I sat. "Someone left a printed copy of that photo on my desk." His eyebrows rose. He leaned back in his chair. "Seriously?" I nodded. "This morning. In an envelope. No note." He looked genuinely confused. Not defensive. Just concerned. "I swear to you, I deleted it. Right after I saw it. Are you sure you didn't, accidentally save it somewhere? Screenshot it by mistake?" He looked me straight in the eye. "No. I didn't. And I'd never do that." I believed him. Which was honestly worse. Because now it meant this was someone else entirely. "You need to report it," Derek said. "This isn't a mistake anymore. This is targeted. What if Lisa doesn't believe me? She will. If you want, I'll back you up. I'll go with you. That kind of shocked me. You do that? He nodded. Of course. I went to Lisa's office at 1:45 with the envelope in hand. I walked in and told her everything, the photo, the envelope, the timing. I laid it all out on the table, literally and figuratively. To her credit, she took it very seriously. Do you have any idea who might have done this? She asked. No. None. Anyone else have access to your desk? Only cleaning staff, maybe? But this was intentional. Like malicious. She nodded. Okay. We'll handle this discreetly. But I'm escalating it. The next 48 hours were hell. Lisa brought in IT. They started reviewing message logs, security footage, printer histories, access logs. You name it. They even asked me for permission to review my phone logs to confirm I hadn't sent it elsewhere. I gave them everything. Derek checked in multiple times, brought me coffee the next morning and said, "You holding up?" It was oddly sweet. Weirder still, we had a surprisingly easy banter despite, everything. At one point I said, "Bet you didn't think managing me would involve lingerie photos and office espionage." He actually laughed. I've had interns start literal fires. This is weird, but not the weirdest. Anyway, fast forward to Friday. Lisa called me back into HR. Her face was tighter than usual. We found out who printed it, she said. My stomach clenched. Who? She hesitated. It was one of our IT contractors. Not full-time staff. He accessed the flag message during a metadata scan and violated protocol. Wait. So he kept it? Yes. He pulled a cached image from a server backup, downloaded it, printed it. We have security footage of him placing the envelope on your desk before you arrived. I was speechless. He's been terminated immediately, she said. And we're filing a report with the vendor he came through. I just nodded. I didn't know what to say. We also documented everything. If you choose to pursue any legal action, we'll provide full cooperation. It felt unreal, like some gross dystopian workplace drama. I went back to my desk in a fog. Derek stopped by an hour later. Lisa told me. Yeah, I said. I just feel gross. That's valid. I wish I could rewind the entire week. He paused, then said, Look, I'm not going to pretend this wasn't a mess. But you handled it with more grace than most. Seriously. Thanks. For backing me up. He smiled. Anytime. For what it's worth, if you ever do want to talk about that photo, it was a very good angle. I stared at him. He immediately raised his hands. Kidding. Sorry. Couldn't resist. I burst out laughing. For the first time all week. Later that day, I found a little note on my desk, this time handwritten. You survived. HR says you're legally allowed to eat a cupcake now. D. I got a cupcake. I ate it. I cried. It was red velvet. And now? I'm okay. HR gave me a few remote days to decompress. I took a hot bath, deleted half my camera roll, and made Kyle promise to triple-check my texts before hitting send. Lessons learned. Never multitask while half-dressed and caffeinated. Always name your PDFs very clearly. Some bosses are actually kind of great humans. And never, ever trust the office printer queue. Thanks for sticking with this saga, Reddit. It was embarrassing, violating, anxiety-inducing, but also weirdly enlightening. And somewhere in all this, I gained a little confidence, a little perspective, and maybe, just maybe, an inside joke with my boss that will haunt me forever. TLDR. Accidentally sent lingerie pic to my boss and HR. Thought the fallout was over. Then someone anonymously printed the photo and left it on my desk. Turns out it was a contractor in IT who accessed a cached version during internal review. He got fired. I got a cupcake. Still recovering.